nagpapasalamat kami kay Mr. Randy Valiente. Thank you for having us here at Drawing TV. So, magpapakilala muna kami. Kami yung Imagination.
Creative team ng Imagination.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, Komiks by Imagination. Ako si Bambi Eloriaga-Amago.
Ako naman si Roland Amago.
So, mag-asawa kami, and we also happen to be a writer and artist creative team. So, allow us to talk a little about our background. So, una kaming we started working with each other as staff of Quester magazine. So, baka pamilyar ang mga batang 90s sa publication na ito. Quester, the ultimate anime magazine, and its sister publication, Quester Extreme Manga Media. We were also able to publish Moonlight Meow,
which is an original
English language manga published by 7 Seas Entertainment sa US. Ngayon sa local comic books, in 2018, we were able to publish with Chop Suey, Colonel Banahaw. And then the year after that, in-indie publish naman namin dalawa yung Colonel Tales. So from there, what we are currently working on is a graphic novel called Doobiedoo Asks, which I cannot show you the cover yet because ang release niya is first week of November. Doobiedoo Asks is a comic book about a boy who has autism, and we will talk a little bit about the book right now. Like I said, Doobiedoo Asks about a boy who is on the autism spectrum, and it is inspired by events in the life of our own son, who himself is on the autism spectrum. So, paano namin naisip na gumawa ng ganitong klaseng comic book? Bago kami nabigyan ng diagnosis yung anak namin, ako personally, what I knew about autism is what most people probably know about autism, which is what they see on TV, what they see sa mga pelikula. Ngayon, nung nabigyan ng diagnosis yung anak namin, we were told that he was on the high-functioning end of the spectrum. So ano yun? Di ba? Parang, okay, it's the same condition, autism, pero merong iba't ibang klase. Kagaya nga ng term, spectrum. Di ba? So it means that a person with autism can fall anywhere on the spectrum from low functioning to high functioning. So while the term is the same, it presents differently to different people. So yung napansin ko sa anak ko, hindi yun pareho dun sa mga nakikita sa TV at saka sa media. So I wanted to show this in the comic book because it is a side or a type of autism that is not seen sa mass media. So maybe not a lot of people are familiar with it also. And then for motivations, he can talk about the art.
Well, basically, the idea was like what Bambi said. Pagdating naman sa art, basically, for those who already have carnal, they can say that basically my art style is a little bit detailed. Pagdating dito sa book na to, I lessened the details pagdating sa line art and tried to focus more on the colors. So, let the colors be the one that dictates the emotion of the scenes and the situations. So basically, actually marami namang natuwa dun sa art style. So, medyo doon sa mga first hand na nakabasa, positive naman lahat yung ano. So, I'm happy na medyo tama naman yung naging decision namin na gawing medyo cartoony, anime-ish.
Yung biggest question that we asked ourselves before we decided to go ahead and create this comic, which is yun nga, are we going to really do this when it can lead to potential scrutiny, diba?
Which we hope it does not.
Na, syempre, yun nga. Pero it's still a possibility that yun nga, may scrutiny na mapunta sa anak namin na ayaw namin mangyari, especially since bata pa siya. He's still a very young child. And yung possibility na ma-scrutinize kami as parents, ayun, naisip namin yon, and it was a very hard decision to make. It was a risk, but we decided it was a risk that we are willing to take. Why? Kasi at the time that I was writing the book, my son had just gone through experiences that were medyo negative. But if we had known what we know now, we would have been in a position na mas matulungan siya. So ginawa namin tong libro na to, like you said, yes, to educate, hoping that if there is a parent, if there is a guardian, or if there is someone who reads this book and he sees a child going through a similar experience, going through a similar situation, and the book puts him or her in a position to better help the child, masaya na kami doon. Parang it is our at least we are able to help people, to give voice to people who might not be able to express their needs. At the same time, yes, to educate, kasi katulad ng nasabi ko kanina, there might be people who are not familiar with other types of autism.
Yes, that's what we are aiming for. Basically, syempre, hindi naman namin malalaman kung depende doon sa makakabasa na kung ano yung what he can get out of the book.
We cannot control how people interpret but it is our hope that yes, na at the very least, sana mabago namin yung stereotypes about people with autism. Because yun nga, parang we want to show na this is how they are. This is their world. This is how they perceive things. Yes, it is different. Pero hindi siya dapat katakutan, hindi sila dapat kaawaan. Sa halip, kailangan nila ng understanding, acceptance, kailangan nila ng tulong natin. Na yun nga, oo, iba sila. Pero lahat naman ng tao may pagkakaiba. Pero if we are able to accept each other for our differences, sana we are able also to accept them even though they are different. Because kagaya nga ng laging sinasabi ni Dr. Temple Grandin na different but not less. They are different but that does not make them less. No? So, sana we come to accept it. We come to give them accommodations kasi ganun din naman di ba? Parang ang isang tao na-accept niya yung kaibahan ng kapwa, di ba? And you make accommodations for it. Why should this be a different situation, di ba? Parang we hope
at the very least they are aware that he is experienced the signs are there. And
what to do in those situations pag nakaharap nila yung mga ganung klaseng tao. Diba? To be in a better position na yun nga, matulungan din naman sila.
Hindi, walang maiwasan yung awkwardness.
Maiwasan ng awkwardness. Maiwasan yung pag-iwas, diba? Yun ang hope namin para sa work na ito. November, i-release yung book.
Right now, it is
on
for
pre-order.
Mhm.
You can visit the comiket.org website. Comiket is our publisher. Comiket.org is where you can pre-order Doobiedoo Asks, which is actually just one of 10 of the official selection for the first ever Philippine International Comics Festival. And we hope na sana suportahan natin lahat ng 10. So, if you want to know more about Kickoff and if you want to know more about the 10 official selection, ayun, again, punta lang kayo sa comiket.org
Or sa Kickoff.
or you follow the Kickoff Facebook pages, the Comiket Facebook pages. Pwede nyo din tingnan yung page namin, Comics by Imagination. Future plans, there are actually a lot of events lined up sana, kaya lang dahil sa pandemic, syempre, alam naman natin na-limit siya. Comiket is undergoing pre-selling now nga for the first 2 books, which is ours, and another one, Little Wolf. And then, Comiket also has plans of joining the Manila International Book Fair later November. Hopefully, you can get our books there also. If you fail to pre-order, there is a chance for you to get it at MIDF. And then, ayun, for other future plans, just go to the websites that na nilista namin. Ayun. So, I guess that's it. Kung meron kayong katanungan, pwede naman kayong mag-PM sa Facebook or sa Instagram. And then again,
Pala din pala natin, currently Carnal Tales is being featured sa Penlap.
Carnal Tales, our other book, is free to read. Yung preview story ng Carnal Tales is on Penlab. Marami ding magagandang mababasa doon. And then, ayun, so hopefully meron kayong napulot sa pagkikinig sa amin ngayon. Salamat if you've gotten this far. Thank you for listening to us, to watching us. Thank you as well to Mr. Randy Valiente, of course, for having us here again on Roland TV. Ayun, sana malulusog kayo ngayon. Sana kayo ay safe. Sana lahat ay healthy. And we hope that everyone is staying healthy during this very difficult times. Salamat ulit.
Salamat.
Thank you,
Ingat.
bye.